Hi, this is Heather Westlake. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. I wanted to show you the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. As a demonstrator, we can actually order it a month early and get to play with it, so I wanted to show you everything it comes with and talk a little bit about it. So for first off, it comes with a handle that you're going to need to put on, and it comes with this little tool to use to do that. Also, as you use this machine, it could become looser here in the handle periodically just from regular use. So you go ahead and use this to tighten it up here as such, and then you just put the little piece of rubber. One of the great things about it is that it folds up, and so it's portable and easier to store, takes up less space. So to get ready to use it, you just pop out these sides. They do make a little bit of a noise, and that's totally normal. You don't have to do them both at the same time, or you can. It totally doesn't matter that way. It can be used either left-handed or right-handed, so whatever works for that for you. The surface for the platform here is 6 inches. And I should say this is the standard machine. There is also a mini that hasn't come out yet, but is coming shortly. The machine's also lighter. It's 8.1 pounds, which is pretty easy to move it around, so that works great. This machine works with all Stampin' Cut and Emboss dies and embossing folders. It's easy to make a sandwich, and the sandwich is just the order of the plates or cardstock or dies to properly go through the machine. I also wanted to show you what plates are included. They're labeled with a number and are color coded for easy use. So all the plates you need are included. Let me show you those. Number 1, notified here in the upper corner, is the base plate. Number 2 is the die plate. You get number 3, there's 2 of them. Those are the cutting plates. And number 4, if you can see that on gray, is a specialty plate. It does come with directions that are written out here in a folder, and so that's helpful. But even better yet are pictures with diagrams that you can see, and it shows you what you need to make, the order that you'll need to do, and so it corresponds with the number of the plates. If you're just going to cut something with a die, then you'll put this number 1 down first, this base plate, then you'll put number 2, which is the die plate, down. And notice it'll say right on it, this is not a cutting surface. So even a clue right there as well that, oh, I'm going to need something else. But again, there's pictures here as well that you'll need both of the number 3s here. And then you'll put whatever you're going to cut. In this case, I just thought I'd cut some of the new plaid tidings paper, and I was going to cut it with a die from the sunflowers dies. So you put that there with the die face down, and then the other number 3 plate, and then you can run it through the Big Shot. So it can go either direction, and like I said, left-handed or right-handed. I'm a little strange. I use it as a left-hander even though I'm right-handed. And as you roll it through, you're going to want to hold with your other hand here. Just kind of hold it. It's not a huge big deal. It's not going to wiggle all over, but I'm just for strength. I have to say this machine is even easier than our previous die cutting machine that was sold by Stampin' Up! To run through, so that's a great thing. And as you can see, it comes through very cleanly, cuts this out. I'm just going to use it to put this little sunflower over the top. So now that I've cut that out, I can use for that. Regular use on the number 3 cutting plates, if you can see this. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like it starts to cut things, so that's totally normal. What you want to do is use them a couple ways this time, and then turn it this way, and turn them over this way. So you're using all different 4 sides of the 2 plates, and as they start to get warped, that'll kind of help keep them straight. So just a good tip for that. Another thing about the machine is that it is designed to cut just one single sheet of paper or cardstock. And if you go to run the sandwich through the machine and you're having difficulty and it's really, really hard, don't force it. It can be broken, and it usually just means you have the wrong order for your sandwich. So just a tip to go ahead and back it back out if that happens and try to figure out what's going on. You can use other dies and embossing folders from other manufacturers in this machine, but you might have to add a shim with it to adjust the height of the sandwich. And a shim is just another piece of cardstock or vellum that just kind of changes the height slightly. So you might have to play with that a little bit, but not a huge big deal. I also wanted to show you how to use an embossing folder in there. So this one says, number 2 says, do not use with embossing folder, so that's a good clue. We can set that aside. Number 1, it does have a picture of an embossing folder. So if I start to read, it says, insert embossing folders hinge first, and then it does have a picture 2 different ways. So it's got 2 options. The first one says, using with standard embossing folders. So they're the ones that are just a little bit thinner that Stampin' Up! Sells. The other ones say, with the 3D embossing folders, you're going to need this specialty plate, the number 4. So it says put your base plate down, that's this. Then we'll go ahead and add our embossing folder with the cardstock inside and then this on top. So let me go ahead and get that sandwich ready. I'm actually going to use one of the new embossing folders from the winter catalog. It's evergreen and has these gorgeous trees on it. I'm actually going to emboss it on some of our silver foil sheets just to show you what that looks like. So as the directions said, you always want to put the hinge through first. So I'm going to get that pointed in the right direction. And like I said, we're going to add the number 4 plate on top of that. I'm going to go ahead and run it through, like I said, as that left-hander person. Show you what that looks like. So if you can see that, it's just gorgeous. Has really deep embossing, shows the texture very well, and with the shine on it too, with the silver foil, it just adds to the design and makes it look beautiful. So I hope you're excited, as I am, about this new machine. You, as customers, will be able to purchase it on September 1st of 2020. So look for that there. Here's my website if you want to go peek at some things there. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.